She was the daughter of a billionaire, inheriting a vast fortune, but throughout her life, she sought one thing: love. Christina Onassis, who married multiple times and lived in various parts of the world, from the USA and France to Greece, Argentina, and even the Soviet Union, never managed to find personal happiness. Her life is not just the story of the richest woman in the world. It's a tragedy, filled with passion, disappointments, and endless searches for what money can't buy. Christina passed away on November 19, 1988, at the age of 37, leaving behind a legacy filled with secrets and intrigue. It all started when she became the wealthiest Greek woman on the planet, inheriting a billion-dollar fortune from her father, the Greek shipbuilder Aristotle Onassis. But despite her inheritance, Christina's fate was marked by a series of dark events. From an early age, she faced heavy challenges: the divorce of her parents, a sense of loneliness, and emotional scars that she sought to heal in adulthood. Instead, her life became filled with constant parties and a constant escape from reality, but it never brought her what truly mattered: inner peace and genuine love. Christina was born on December 11, 1950, in New York City. Her father, Aristotle, was not just a billionaire, but a symbol of success. He made his fortune in shipbuilding, but success seemed to be more important to him than anything else. Her mother, Athena, also came from a wealthy family, but her life with Aristotle was far from easy. The couple had 2 children, Christina and her older brother, Alexander. However, their family was far from idyllic. Aristotle's favorite child was always his son, Alexander, and Christina, for him, seemed more like an obligation than a source of pride. When Athena was pregnant with Christina, Aristotle directly told her that he never wanted a second child. This difficult admission left a deep mark on her mother's soul and may have been one of the reasons for her subsequent depression. When Christina was just 9 years old, her parents divorced. This moment became a turning point in her life, and things would never be the same again. She experienced this period with immense pain as her father grew increasingly distant, and her mother, consumed by her own inner demons, could not provide her the support she needed. Aristotle continued his romantic escapades, often bringing new women into the house, adding to the girl's sense of pain and loneliness. It was this feeling of being unwanted, which she experienced from childhood, that became one of the heavy burdens she carried throughout her life. Despite his immense business achievements, Aristotle could not give his children what mattered most: attention and affection. In a world where her wealth could have bought her anything, Christina longed for one thing: recognition, care, and love, which neither her parents nor the people around her could offer. Christina's parents' marriage quickly came to an end. In just 2 years, the couple barely communicated, each living their own life. Aristotle Onassis constantly changed lovers, and one of them turned out to be Jacqueline Kennedy, the widow of John F. Kennedy. Athena, Christina's mother, due to the lack of attention from her husband, his numerous affairs, and the absence of normal family relationships, found herself in a deep emotional crisis. She sought comfort, but unfortunately, not in what she could have found within the family, but in relationships with other men. Athena's lover frequently visited their home, which left a lasting impression on young Christina's heart. After the divorce, the Onassis children stayed with their mother and moved to Paris. Their lives, filled with expensive gifts and travels, could not compensate for the lack of parental attention. In Christina's heart, feelings of loneliness and resentment grew stronger. This feeling left a mark on her life, and at the age of 18, she decided to enter into a hasty marriage with 48-year-old Joseph Bolker, an American real estate salesman who was divorced and had 4 children. When Aristotle found out about the marriage, he was furious and threatened to disinherit his daughter if she did not divorce. 9 months later, under her father's pressure, the marriage was annulled, and it was during this period that Christina made her first attempt to end her life. She likely saw this failed union as an opportunity to escape her loneliness and feel needed, something she often lacked in her family. After this event, She began seeking the company of others, surrounding herself with people, and desperately avoiding the solitude that she viewed as the greatest of trials. In 1973, the Onassis family faced a tragedy. Aristotle's eldest son, Alexander, died in a plane crash at the age of 25. Christina became the sole heir to her father's billion-dollar fortune. In 1974, her mother, Athena, passed away, and in 1975, Aristotle Onassis himself died from respiratory failure. Christina transported Aristotle's body to the island of Scorpios, where she buried him in the family tomb. The loss of nearly her entire family, coupled with her unrelenting desire to love and be loved, pushed Christina toward another step, yet another marriage, this time to wealthy Alexandros Andreades. However, their relationship was far from perfect. Her husband's desire to profit from her wealth led to a quick divorce. Despite personal setbacks, Christina began to focus seriously on business and soon proved herself to be a talented and determined leader. Christina's third attempt to find happiness in her personal life was unsuccessful. In 1978, she married Soviet official Sergei Kozlov, whom she met during business negotiations with Moscow. The story of their meeting became a true mystery. According to one version, Christina was captivated by Sergei's voice, perfect, with a subtle English accent. She insisted on meeting him in person, and soon their romance became a sensation, attracting the attention of counterintelligence agencies from various countries. After they married, it was revealed that Sergei was already married and had to divorce his first wife. This marriage came as a surprise to many, but soon Christina and Sergei tied the knot. Their life together in Moscow turned out to be a true test for Christina. In their new apartment on Bezbojny Lane, provided by the Soviet government, she suffered from the constant noise of trams, and life in the Soviet reality felt foreign to her. Eventually, she gave up and moved to Europe, continuing her relationship with Sergei, but mostly meeting him in hotels. Over time, she took him abroad, gifting him 2 tankers and arranging for him to work in one of her companies. However, this marriage was short-lived, just 2 years. Sergei, who became a millionaire with Christina's help, later remarried an English woman. After the divorce, Christina returned to her beloved island of Scorpios, where she once again began hosting lavish receptions for socialites. The island became a true magnet for anyone wishing to enter the world of wealth and fame. It was here, amidst the extravagant parties, that she met her 4th husband, French businessman Thierry Rousseau. With his help, Christina began a new life. She gave up her old habits and underwent a course of treatment. Their marriage brought a daughter, Athena, and it seemed that Christina's life had finally found stability. But happiness was short-lived. Thierry could not completely sever ties with his past, and soon Christina learned that his former lover had given birth to his child. This betrayal hit her hard. Despite her deep feelings for her husband, she could not accept his double life, and soon their marriage ended. Old habits, alcohol, parties, and toxic relationships crept back into her life. In 1988, feeling that she could not find peace and tranquility in Europe, Christina decided to move to Buenos Aires. There were rumors that she was ready to marry for the 5th time, and her chosen one was the brother of her childhood friend, Georgios Tselmexoglou. On November 19, 1988, Christina's body was found in the bathroom of her hotel room. She was only 37 years old. The cause of her death remained unclear, but doctors determined that she had passed away from pulmonary edema, which was a result of excessive use of sleeping pills and sedatives. Christina was buried on the island of Scorpios next to her father and brother in the family tomb. In her will, Christina left all her fortune to her daughter, Athena,